Hey guys, welcome to Cooking with James.
Pardon me? I leave for 1 second and it's Cooking with James. No, move.
On the right side?
Yeah, go over there. Go over there. Hey guys, what's up and welcome to Epic Confections, not Cooking with James. Actually, it's quarantine cooking with Mark and James. So if you're new here, smash that subscribe button and don't forget to hit that bell notification for new epic videos every single week. So, this week, James and I decided to make a homemade scratch apple pie.
My favorite.
And again, we're going to be following Anna Olsons' recipe, which I will link in the description below.
And link her video too.
And link her video, absolutely. She's fabulous. Go check her out. 1, 2, 3. Let's do it! Okay, to start, we have 2.5 cups of flour. Next, we have a tablespoon of sugar and a teaspoon of salt.
Then we have 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil.
So Anna Olson says that adding vegetable oil into this mixture allows for it to kind of absorb some of the flour so that when you put your butter in, it doesn't absorb at all. Right? Does that make sense? Anyway, just follow the recipe. So just taking a wooden spoon, I'm just lightly mixing that together. Next, we're going to add in a cup of softened butter. Oh, come out! Yes. And then, realistically, you're supposed to be using a pastry cutter to kind of blend it all together. We don't have that, so we're going to improvise with a potato masher. So, your butter doesn't have to be all the way incorporated into the mixture, but you definitely want it to be mixed up in there enough.
You still see the butter.
Yeah, so you still see some little chunks of butter. I found, though, that instead of using a potato masher, if you get right in there with your hands, it's a lot better. It smells like broccoli.
What smells like broccoli?
It something smells like broccoli. Did you fart?
No, not me.
You don't smell that?
No.
This.
Why does it smell like broccoli? Why does it smell like broccoli? Why does it smell like broccoli?
Smell it.
It smells like flour.
So you want your dough to have this kind of chunky consistency. So next we have a 1/4 cup of cool water. Cool water. And then we have, what is that, 2 tablespoons?
2 teaspoons.
2 teaspoons of lemon juice. You can use vinegar. We don't have vinegar on hand, so we're just using lemon juice. So again, we're just putting in a 1/4 cup of water, 2 teaspoons of lemon juice. And James is just gonna mix that up with the old wooden spoon there. Did anybody else get hit with a wooden spoon when they were a kid? Hands up. Did you?
Yeah.
You did? Yeah.
Maybe like
I know, like we weren't beat every day, but I mean, if we, pissed off our parents, we got the wooden spoon.
half the time it was just a matter of like, taking out the wooden spoon and they're like, oh no.
And that's it, yeah, they just take it out and you run. Just run for your life right up to your room, right? Yeah, same with us. I think I only actually got it like once on my ass. She was red for a couple days. So next, we're removing our dough from the bowl. Just putting it on our work surface here, on our table. So now that my dough is on the table, I'm just taking my pastry cutter and I'm just kind of working it in a little bit. I don't want to handle this dough too much, but I do want there to be a couple layers. And then I'm just gonna cut this into 2. And I'm just gonna form them into little round discs, kind of flattening them out. And then we're gonna wrap these in saran wrap and throw them in the fridge to cool for about an hour. So next here we have 6 cups of chopped apples, Macintosh apples. We're gonna be adding in a tablespoon of lemon juice, and then we're gonna be taking half of these apples and putting it into our skillet, and just kind of letting that break down and cook a little bit so all that juice comes out, that nice apple juice, right? Yeah. Okay. We're going to be adding in our sugar and spices into a separate bowl, and then we're going to be adding them into our apples. So to start, we're going to be doing a half cup of granulated white sugar.
1/3 a cup.
1/3 a cup of brown sugar.
Making fun of me?
1/3 a cup.
Making fun of me, Bruce?
No. So 3 of the main spices that are going to go into an apple pie that makes an apple pie so great is allspice, cinnamon, and nutmeg. So here I'm adding a 1/4 teaspoon of allspice and a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. I love nutmeg, it is my favorite. And 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. So we just removed our apples from the heat. They're nice and browned. And we're just putting them back into the bowl with the other half of the apples. Just giving that a nice little stir before we add in all of our sugar and spices.
Alright, so now that that's ready, we're going to set this aside and we're going to go ahead and work on our dough.
Okay, so we just took out our dough. I'm just doing a little experimenting here. We have here a 9-inch round glass pie plate. And here is our dough. Just spread a little bit of flour on my work surface here, making sure that my rolling pin is nice and coated. And we're just going to start rolling this out, turning it every so often so that it keeps that round shape. Just rolling my dough onto my rolling pin like it was fondant. And then just draping it over the pie plate. And quickly working to get that dough in place so that it doesn't crack on any of the edges, just like if you were doing a fondant cake. So we are going to be leaving the edges rough for now, because when we put the top of the pie on, you want to connect both of those pieces together and then trim it up, right? Okay, so next what are we going to do? We're going to add our apples.
I assume so.
Yeah. So once you have your dough in place, one of Anna Olson's tricks is, the problem with a lot of fruit pies is that when it starts to bake, a lot of the juices come out of the fruit, right? So that can leave you with a really gross, moist bottom, of your pie. So to eliminate that problem, Miss Olson suggests putting some oats at the bottom of your pie crust, so that it absorbs all of those juices and you won't have that problem. Yeah, you know, that's why she's, that's why she's so damn good. That's why she has her own cooking show. You know what I'm saying?
I thought you guys had
I mean, well, we have a cooking show together, but next we're just adding our apple mixture into the pie.
You're slowly pushing me out of the picture.
Sorry. That's just how it goes when you're a star. Next, we're just putting a few chunks of butter right on top of those apples. before we put the top of the pie shell on. So next James is just rolling out our other, what is this called? A dough? Yes, holy fuck. So next James is just rolling out the other half of our dough. So next James is just rolling out our other half of the pie crust. This is gonna be the top of the pie. And again, I'm just rolling our dough right onto our rolling pin. And draping it right over the pie. Yes. So next James is just pushing those two pieces of dough together, just gingerly with his fingers.
Gingerly.
Gingerly. And next we're just gonna trim off the excess. So there's a few different ways that you can kind of decorate the sides of your pie. We're gonna do the old-fashioned fork technique. Say fork with me, kids. Fork. So just taking the tip of our fork and just pushing down all the way around.
Mark, are you gonna make any holes in the top of the pie?
You know what? That is a great question. I am gonna make some holes at the top of the pie. Do you wanna know why? So that when it bakes, the steam can have a place to come out. Just taking my knife and just doing a few slits at the top. So we just cleaned up a little bit. We put our pie onto a baking sheet just in case we have any spillage while it's baking. Next, I made a really quick egg wash, which is just egg and a little bit of water. Taking a brush, and we're just gonna lightly brush the entire top of the pie. Next, I'm just going to take a little bit of coarse white sugar and just sprinkle it all over the top of the cake. This is the best part of the cake. I mean, it's a cake. I called it a cake. The pie. Then James is gonna sprinkle this with a little bit cheese.
Mr. Sugar, let's talk.
So we're gonna put this in the oven at 400 degrees for about 10 minutes, and then we're gonna reduce the heat to 375 and cook that for 40 to 50 minutes. Make sure to keep an eye out on it because you don't want it burnt. Burn. All right, let's do it. So we left it in the oven for 50 minutes. I think this is perfectly golden brown. It looks incredible. It smells so fucking good in here. It smells like an apple pie candle.
It doesn't smell like what was it earlier?
Broccoli. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. We hope that you are keeping safe and healthy. Make sure to tune back in for another episode of Quarantine Baking with Mark and James. If you like what you saw, smash that subscribe button and don't forget to hit that bell notification for new epic videos every single week. We will see all of y'all in a couple days. Stay healthy, stay safe, stay corona free. If you guys have any suggestions on what you would want to see James and I bake, make sure to leave a comment down below and we will absolutely bake whatever the hell you want us to bake. Alright.
If we got the ingredients.
Yeah. Because I ain't going to the grocery store. No. But we have a lot of shit in the house, so we can probably make it. See y'all in a couple days. Mwah!